Hey guys, I'm going to bring a video series that I hope to have an upload of every other week, as long as there are professional Call of Duty matches going on. This series will be focusing on what I think the most important play of the series is. It will be breaking down the play in the moments before and after that play takes place. The play has to be one that shifts the momentum of a series or map entirely. Then I will build the narrative to provide importance to the play, break it down on a play-by-play basis, providing a lot of insight, and then the consequences that play had. For the first one, I've been back from CWL Anaheim for a week now, and I, as did many of you, watched 100 Thieves take their back-to-back event win. They played Gen.G in the grand finals, but the more impressive feat is that 100 Thieves only dropped a handful of maps across their entire tournament, presenting a dominant win once again. This series was all around a close set, with both teams providing smart play after smart play. Both teams maintained composure, making the final map played the one that obviously determined the series. 100 Thieves took the first two maps, Gen.G then took map 3, and this frequency hardpoint is map 4. Gen.G took their momentum from map 3 into this frequency hardpoint and developed an early lead. 100 Thieves then eventually gained rotations for two different hills and turned that into a lead. At the point where we jump in, 100 Thieves loses control of spawns for the War Room hill. Gen.G establishes controls and holds the hill perfectly from 100 Thieves. We come in at the start of 100 Thieves' final push for the hill. The game basically evens up, and anybody can win at this point. Here, 4 go down for 100 Thieves, and Priest is last alive at the hill. There are only 13 seconds of hill time left, with Priest needing to go for a 1v5, and then fend off another push by Gen.G for the 13 seconds, which if he pulls it off, 100 Thieves will spawn at that hill and lose rotations for the next one on blue stairs. Priesta has decided to rotate back since all of 100 Thieves will spawn in a place where his team will struggle to get timing to cut off the Gen.G push through U and elevator. This is where Priesta decides to grapple into elevator to provide that cutoff and give his team time to set up a defense against Gen.G. Enable and Kenny spawn up in blue pipes, while Slasher and Octane spawn behind the old hill. This splits the Thieves lineup on opposite sides of the map. Gen.G leave one person behind on the old hill to grab scrap time, while the rest of them push out mid-map and elevator. These two portions of the map are important to control, as the attacking team has to push through them for their spawn point if the defending team is set up properly. Gen.G know this and try to push through while they have the numbers in order to stagger the 100 Thieves defense and start to gain map control in the new hill. 100 Thieves is in a 3v4 scenario when this happens. Priest is taken down an elevator, giving Gen.G all the space they need to gain spawns for blue side and set up a defense to counter the eventual 100 Thieves push. Enable and Kenny are the last alive. Enable tries to play out inside the hill space, but is left in a 1v4 to do so. He's quickly taken out by Havoc. This only leaves Kenny up in the spawn. This is a pretty important position here. If Kenny dies, Gen.G gets map control for the hill and will likely hold a defense well since their entire team is there and no one on 100 Thieves will be there to threaten the hill, get kills, and stagger the Gen.G defense. We had seen once before what Gen.G can do with this hill format since they got the full 60 on the previous hill, which mirrors this same hill. This is the deciding moment. If 100 Thieves loses this map, they go to map 5 against Gen.G, who's a strong S&D team compared to 100 Thieves. This would provide a real potential for Gen.G to take the series and open the opportunity for them to play 100 Thieves in a second series for the title. Not to mention doing a comeback for back-to-back map wins provides a lot of momentum for any team to take their next map. If they won this map and the S&D, 100 Thieves may have lost mental composure for the second series, allowing space for Gen.G to take the title. Kenny takes the opportunity to play as far away as possible in order to increase his chances of survival. Envoy pushes back to spawns in hopes of finding a member of 100 Thieves pushing out of the pipes for spawns and to just stabilize the spawns for his team. Upon doing so, Envoy spots Kenny and the one-on-one ensues, during which Enable spawns in on Kenny. Since Major Maniac is still on the old hill and that hill is in Gen.G control, the game spawns the team that does not have the hill control to the next hill or secondary spawns around that hill unless they are blocked. The timing on Enable spawning in and the hill not having switched to blue steps yet allowed Enable the spawns that he got, placing Envoy in a 1v2 situation. Nagafin rotates back to help Envoy, but Envoy gets traded for Enable, placing Kenny in a 1v1 against Nagafin. At the same time, 100 Thieves win elevator control and have that cutoff since Gen.G will now spawn at outskirts by orange. 100 Thieves spawn parallel but across the map from Gen.G. The race is now on. Slasher, who won elevator, goes to support Kenny in the back but is eliminated before doing so. Lucky for the Thieves, Kenny wins that gunfight. Octane and Enable rotate mid-map to get elevator and mid-map control. Priesta enters the hill through the back, and Kenny picks up elbow. Since Thieves have numbers on the backside of the hill, Slasher spawns in on the anchor point for that hill, allowing Thieves more time for spawn rotations if they lose their gunfights. Naga spawns opposite side of the map, and Gen.G are stuck in a 5v4 for the hill. Initially, the trades go in favor of Gen.G, but the comms from Enable on calling out the two members of Gen.G in blue window that are now pushing into the hill comes in clutch, as Priesta blindly grab slams the corner based on that information. This evens out the trades. From this point on, the Thieves just outslay, and to be honest, largely in part by Priesta and Enable. Enable is calling out positions of Gen.G players, and Priesta is playing hot at this point. 100 Thieves is set up, and all they have to do is play defense. Slasher and Priesta holding window, Kenny holding plat with Priesta's support, and Enable and blue connector, and Octane watching for the pushes from pipes. Gen.G recognize 100 Thieves can't win on this hill. They start to rotate to the next hill, and 100 Thieves do too. Gen.G have one on the next hill, one bottom mid, and the rest at orange pipes. 100 Thieves has to brute force their way through pipes since they got slayed out in mid-map. Octane decides to call in his Hellstorm. This gives information that the Thieves needed, knowing there's only one member of Gen.G mid-map and the rest are pushing from the spawn. Thieves know they only have a little time to win the map and in turn the championship. They decide to put their focus on forcing trades at the hill and catching Gen.G in pipes choke point. Octane slows down the Gen.G push with the threat of his Hellstorm and kills the only threat they have in position to stop the 100 Thieves push. This threat is Havoc in bottom mid. With Havoc dead, all of the 100 Thieves can set up to trade and look in the same direction for the final 15 seconds of the map. Slasher gets a double kill with his cluster nade, entirely staggering the Gen.G defense. 100 Thieves overextend a bit in order to waste time on the Gen.G push so they don't make it in time to stop the game from ending. 100 Thieves put on a masterclass of comms, rotating, and playing smart in order to close this map out. They showed an excellent form of composure after a tough loss on the previous control map, and then after losing the map control on this frequency hardpoint. But that is what is allowing 100 Thieves to be such a dominant roster at the moment. I hope this video was helpful in breaking down the gameplay and that you will be able to pick up some ideas from it to improve your gameplay too. Feel free to leave a like on it and subscribe if you wish to see more videos like this.